JSON pickle. In JSON pickle, we have seen about the serialization, deserialization, and also we have seen about the advantages and disadvantages. And we have seen JSON that stands for JavaScript object notation, and also Python contains with JSON data, and also work with JSON files by having data and files, and also it exchanges the right rate of data and files in data. It is a human readable with serialization and deserialization function. It has a tool and also a float list and also string functions with tuples. Thank you.
Of objects in a pickle and unpickled Python. The pickle module is compatible with many of the objects, none, true and false. Integer, float values and complex numbers, strings, bytes and byte arrays, tuples, lists, sets and dictionaries contain only pickleable object. The function defined at the top level of the module using the def keyword. The built-in functions defined at the top level of the module. The classes that are defined at the top level of the module. Instance of the classes whose picked are the result of calling gets pickable Python JSON module.
Today I'm going to speak about advantages and disadvantages of pickling in Python. Advantages: supports complex objects including user-defined classes, handles recursive objects referencing themselves, preserves shared references between objects, faster serialization compared to text-based formats like JSON. Disadvantages are Python version dependent. Pickle files created in one Python version may not work in another. Not human readable. Pickle data is binary and cannot be easily edited. Security risk. Unpickling data from untrusted sources can execute malicious code. Not ideal for large data sets. Can be inefficient for every large data compared to other formats. Example is EOF error. Indicates end of life when reading multiple pickle objects. Thank you.
Pickling is the process of converting a Python object, such as list, dictionary, or class object, into a byte string so that it can be saved a file or translated over a network. In the below example, a Python dictionary is served pickle to a file and then loaded unpickled back within the ordinary dictionaries. Thank you.
Object serialization and deserialization. Object serialization converts a Python object into byte stream for storage and transmission, and deserialization restore it back. In Python, both are done using the pickle module. In this image, Python object is converted into byte stream during serialization, which can be stored in a file, database or memory. Later, a byte stream is converted back into the original object during deserialization.
Go.
Myself Sarana. Today I'm gonna speak about pickling analytics.
Security is the most important consideration is security. The JSON pickle module is not secure against maliciously constructed data, which can execute arbitrary code during deserialization. Never use JSON pickle decode off on data from an untrusted source. Interpretability versus complexity. JSON pickle is a good choice if you need to serialize complex Python specific object key. Maintaining a relevant readable language against JSON pickle format for potential use in other systems like JavaScript, Johnson's JSON pickle. If sample data types are sufficient and you require security against untrusted input, the standard JSON module is safer. Controlling output. Set unpickable false is JSON pickle import if you will never need to regenerate the Python class from JSON data. This produces a similar JSON string that can be read as the standard dictionary in other languages. Use the intent and separate keyword arguments for printing the output. NumPy bar panda support for encoding objects based on NumPy arrays as pandas data frames. You need to register specific handlers before entering.
Picked object representation from the file object and returns the reconstructed form. And also in the persist load function, this rises an unpickling error by default. However, when it defines, it gives the persist ID is a valid ID. Otherwise, it gives an unpickling error. And also, find class is a module name which function imports the specified module if required, and also it returns object called a pickle and unpickle in Python.